Lyra was lying in her soft, warm bed, the moonlight spilling gently through her window. Tonight, she felt something unusual in the air, like a soft whisper calling her name. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Suddenly, a warm, glowing mist filled her room. She felt lighter, as if she was floating, and before she knew it, she was no longer in her bedroom. She found herself standing in a wide, sparkling meadow. The grass shone with tiny, twinkling lights, and flowers hummed soft, gentle melodies. Lyra looked around, amazed by the colors and sounds, and then she heard a soft voice say, "Hello, Lyra?" She turned to see a small creature with soft, silvery fur and kind, sparkling eyes. "I'm Orin," the creature said with a gentle smile. "I've been waiting to meet you. Tonight, we will travel through dreams together." Lyra's eyes widened with excitement and a little curiosity. "Dreams," she whispered. Orin nodded. "Yes, every dream is like a little world, and tonight we will explore them all. Are you ready?" Lyra nodded, feeling her heart beat faster with excitement. She held Orin's tiny, warm hand, and instantly they lifted off the ground. The meadow started to spin softly around them, turning into streams of glowing colors. Lyra felt happy and safe, as if nothing could harm her here. Orin guided her gently through the glowing colors, explaining that each color was a dream waiting to be discovered. "Some dreams are calm, some are playful, and some are full of stories," Orin said. "We will visit each one and see what they hold." Lyra smiled, feeling her imagination stretching like never before. She could feel herself drifting, not just in space, but in a feeling of peace and curiosity. The world around her shimmered like magic, and she realized that tonight everything was possible. As they flew deeper into the colorful streams, Lyra saw shapes forming ahead. They looked like small islands floating in the glowing mist. Each island seemed to have a story of its own, waiting to be explored. Orin guided her gently toward the nearest island, his eyes shining with excitement. "This is the first dream," he said softly. "Let's see what it has for us." Lyra held her breath in anticipation. She felt the soft breeze of the dream island brush her face. Every step she took felt light, almost like walking on clouds. Orin squeezed her hand, and together they stepped onto the island, ready for the adventure to begin. She felt calm, excited, and filled with wonder, all at the same time. Tonight, the journey through dreams had truly begun. Lyra and Orin stepped onto the first dream island, and the sight before them took Lyra's breath away. The island floated gently on a soft, glowing cloud. Hundreds of tiny lanterns hovered in the air, swaying lightly, as if dancing to a quiet melody. The lanterns glowed in warm colors, soft yellows, gentle oranges, and pinks that shimmered like starlight. Orin's eyes sparkled as he looked at her. "This is the island of floating lanterns," he said. "Each lantern carries a dream. Some are small, some are big, but each one holds happiness, laughter, and sometimes a gentle memory." Lyra reached out and touched one of the lanterns. It felt soft and warm in her hand, almost like holding a tiny sun. Suddenly, the lanterns began to drift around them in circles, creating patterns in the air. Lyra laughed with delight. "It's like the sky is full of little stars dancing just for us," she said. Orin nodded. "Yes, and each lantern can take you to a special memory or a joyful feeling. You can choose to follow one if you wish." Curious, Lyra picked a small pink lantern. It floated closer to her, glowing even brighter. She felt a gentle tug at her heart, and before she realized it, the lantern carried her up into the air. Orin floated beside her, holding her hand gently. Together, they soared among the lanterns, each one whispering soft, happy thoughts. Lyra felt peaceful and free, as if all her worries had melted away. She realized that dreams were not only magical, but they could also heal the heart. Orin smiled at her and said, "Sometimes the simplest dreams bring the greatest joy." Lyra nodded, feeling warmth spread through her chest. As they drifted higher, Lyra saw that the lanterns formed a glowing path that led to a soft, sparkling lake in the center of the island. The lake reflected the lanterns like a mirror, and tiny firefly-like lights floated just above the water. Orin guided her to the edge of the lake, where the soft ripples reflected her own smiling face. "This lake holds peaceful dreams," Orin explained. "When you touch the water, you feel calm and your mind becomes light, like the gentle clouds above." Lyra reached out and let her fingers skim the water. A shiver of gentle warmth ran through her body, and she felt as if she could stay in this calm forever. The two friends sat by the lake for a while, watching the lanterns float and listening to the soft hum of the dream island. Lyra's mind felt light, and her heart felt full of happiness. She realized that even in the quietest moments, dreams could bring wonder, peace, and a sense of magic. After a while, Orin stood and held out his hand. "It's time to move on," he said softly. "There are more dreams waiting for us, each one with its own story. Are you ready for the next adventure?" Lyra smiled, feeling excited and peaceful at the same time. "Yes, I'm ready," she said. Hand in hand, they lifted from the island of lanterns, the soft glow fading behind them. A new path of swirling colors appeared ahead, inviting them toward the next dream. Lyra felt her heart flutter with anticipation. The journey through dreams had only just begun, and every step promised magic, laughter, and gentle surprises. As Lyra and Orin floated along the glowing path, the colors around them began to shift. Soft greens and deep blues swirled together, and soon they found themselves hovering over a magical forest. The trees were tall and elegant, their trunks glowing faintly with silver light. Leaves shimmered in gentle hues of green and gold, and a soft wind whispered through the branches. "This is the forest of whispering trees," Orin said softly. "Each tree holds a story, a memory, or a secret dream. If you listen carefully, the trees will share their whispers with you." Lyra's eyes widened as she looked around. The forest seemed alive, filled with quiet voices that hummed in harmony. She felt a mixture of curiosity and calm. They floated down and landed on a soft patch of moss. The ground was warm beneath Lyra's feet, and tiny glowing mushrooms lit their path. Lyra reached out to touch a tree, and she immediately felt a gentle, comforting energy flow into her. A soft whisper filled her mind. "Remember the joy of little moments, the laughter of friends, and the warmth of kindness." Lyra smiled. She felt as if the trees were speaking directly to her heart. Orin guided her deeper into the forest, where the trees grew closer together, forming arches and tunnels of light. Tiny sparkling creatures like miniature stars with wings flitted between the branches, adding more magic to the scene. "This forest is full of dreams that bring courage and hope," Orin explained. "Sometimes dreams help us see the best parts of ourselves." Lyra nodded, feeling a gentle strength fill her. She realized that even the smallest dream could carry an important lesson or feeling. They reached a clearing where a silver stream flowed, reflecting the glowing trees like a mirror. Lyra knelt beside the stream and saw her own reflection smiling back at her. She whispered softly, "This feels like peace and happiness wrapped together." Orin nodded. "Yes, this forest shows that dreams are not only fun, they are also gentle teachers." Suddenly, a soft breeze stirred the trees, and tiny glowing petals drifted down like snowflakes. Lyra reached out to catch one, and it melted into a warm glow in her palm. She felt joy bubble up inside her, a simple, quiet happiness that made her chest feel light. Orin laughed softly, the sound like a gentle chime. After a while, Orin took Lyra's hand again. "It's time to continue," he said. "There are more dreams ahead, each with its own magic and surprises." Lyra felt a mixture of excitement and calm. She knew the journey was far from over, but each step brought her peace, wonder, and new memories to treasure. Hand in hand, they lifted from the forest floor. The trees whispered soft farewells, their voices fading into the gentle hum of the dream world. Ahead, a path of shimmering blue and violet light awaited, leading them to the next dream. Lyra felt her heart flutter in anticipation, ready for the next adventure that awaited her and Orin. Lyra and Orin floated along the shimmering path, feeling the gentle sway of the dream currents. The colors around them changed once again, soft purples and deep blues blending into each other. Soon, they found themselves above a vast ocean that glimmered like liquid starlight. The waves sparkled with soft light, and tiny glowing fish leapt gracefully through the air as if dancing with the wind. "This is the ocean of glimmering waves," Orin said, pointing toward the horizon. "Every wave carries a dream of adventure, curiosity, or joy. If you ride the waves, you can discover new stories hidden in their depths." Lyra's eyes shone with excitement. The ocean looked endless, magical, and inviting. She felt the gentle pull of the waves calling her to explore. Orin took her hand and led her down to the surface of the water. Instead of sinking, Lyra found herself floating on a soft, glowing wave. Each wave carried her gently forward, rocking her like a lullaby. The air smelled sweet, like soft blossoms and the gentle sea breeze mixed together. Lyra laughed softly as the glowing fish swirled around her, leaving sparkling trails behind them. "Wow," Lyra whispered, "it feels like the ocean is alive." Orin nodded. Dreams often take familiar things and turn them into something magical. This ocean shows courage, playfulness, and joy. Lyra reached down and touched the water. It felt warm and soft, almost like silk, and a shiver of happiness ran through her body. They floated toward a cluster of floating islands in the middle of the ocean. Each island was different, one shaped like a giant seashell, another like a rainbow-colored coral, and one even like a soft cloud hovering above the waves. "Every island has its own story," Orin explained. "You can step onto any one you choose, and it will teach you something new." Lyra chose the seashell island. As she stepped onto its soft surface, the island began to hum a gentle melody. Tiny pearls rose from the sand, floating in the air like tiny moons. Lyra felt a sense of wonder and curiosity she had never known before. Orin smiled at her, and together they danced lightly across the glowing pearls, feeling free and happy. After a while they sat on the edge of the seashell island, looking out over the sparkling waves. Lyra felt a deep calm in her chest, a warm feeling of joy and safety. "I never knew dreams could feel so real," she whispered. Orin nodded gently, They are as real as your heart allows them to be. Dreams are where imagination and peace meet. Soon, the waves began to shimmer brighter, signaling that it was time to move on. Orin held Lyra's hand. "The next dream awaits," he said softly. "It may be the most magical one yet." Lyra smiled, feeling her heart flutter with anticipation. Together, they rose from the ocean, leaving the sparkling waves behind, ready to step into the final dream of their journey. Lyra and Orin floated through the shimmering path, leaving the ocean of glimmering waves behind. The colors around them turned deep midnight blue, sprinkled with countless tiny lights that twinkled like diamonds. Soon, they found themselves standing on a soft, glowing cloud high above everything else. All around them stretched a vast sky filled with stars, each one shining brighter than anything Lyra had ever seen. "This is the sky of endless stars," Orin said softly, looking around in awe. "Here, dreams feel limitless, and you can feel the gentle magic of the entire universe. Every star holds a story, a hope, or a memory waiting to shine." Lyra's eyes sparkled as she gazed at the countless stars. She felt small, yet at the same time full of wonder and joy. Orin took her hand, and together they began to float among the stars. Each star they passed hummed a soft melody, filling Lyra's heart with warmth and calm. She noticed that when she touched a star, it glowed brighter, as if responding to her gentle presence. "It's like the stars are alive," she whispered. Orin nodded. "Yes, each one carries the dreams of someone, somewhere, and tonight you can feel their gentle magic too." They came to a cluster of stars that formed a soft bridge in the sky. Lyra and Orin walked along it, the stars glowing under their feet. They looked down and saw the clouds below them, shimmering faintly like silver oceans. The wind around them was gentle and comforting, carrying the soft scent of blossoms and moonlight. "This place teaches peace," Orin said softly. "When you leave, you will carry a little of this calm and wonder with you wherever you go." Lyra smiled, feeling a deep sense of happiness settle in her heart. She realized that the journey through dreams had shown her joy, courage, curiosity, and calm, all the gentle feelings she could ever need. As they reached the highest star, the glow around them intensified, and Lyra felt a soft warmth surrounding her entire being. "I feel complete," she whispered. Orin squeezed her hand gently. "Dreams always guide us to the best parts of ourselves," he said. "And now it's time to return, carrying all the magic we've found tonight." Lyra closed her eyes for a moment, letting the gentle light of the stars fill her mind. When she opened them again, she found herself back in her bedroom, the moonlight spilling softly through the window. Orin stood beside her bed, smiling warmly. "Remember, Lyra," he said softly, "you can return to this journey anytime in your dreams. The magic is always with you." Lyra smiled and nodded, feeling a peaceful calm settle over her. She snuggled into her blankets, knowing that the wonders she had seen and the gentle lessons she had learned would stay in her heart forever. Outside, the stars twinkled quietly, as if winking just for her. Tonight, Lyra drifted into a deep, restful sleep, her mind full of dreams, her heart full of joy, and her soul glowing with the magic of endless stars.